Do we need to scrap this constitution and start all over, or we need just to amend this one?
My own personal preference is that we should scrap this constitution and adopt the 1963 Republican Constitution. That constitution contains everything that is being agitated for now. If we had that, if we adopted it, with amendments here and there to make it accommodate states rather than regions which we used to have, I think all these agitations will die down and everybody will be happy. Because that is what the whole country wants now. You see, Nigeria is a natural federal state. It's a country with over 300 ethnic nationalities. In 1950, the very first national conference Nigeria had, all the delegates from north, from south, from east, from west declared that the only way this country could be together and function effectively would be as a federal entity. And that's why we now had the McPherson Constitution, then the Littleton Constitution, and then the 1960 Constitution, all spelling out very strong, clear federal system, giving powerful, very strong autonomy to the federating units, and leaving the center to handle things that are only relevant at the national level, like passports, foreign affairs, defense, things like that, currency, and so on. Most of the other things were left to the regions to handle.
All right.
Maybe I'm one of the few. No, let me make my point.
Okay,
I'm one of the few who have actually seen this country from beginning, virtually. When I was in secondary school, I knew nothing about the federal government. I only knew about Ibadan and Awolowo. The region controlled my life from A to Z. I knew nothing about federal government. Everything worked perfectly, beautifully, happily. So that is what we are missing. The regions competed, Nigeria developed fast. The regions kept what they produced, sent 20% to the federal level, and then 30% to a distributable level, which was then distributed among the regions according to their needs. And everybody was happy. We just have to go back to that. Otherwise, Nigeria will not enjoy stability. There will be agitations and discontent all through. We have to go back to that.
That constitution that says we are Federal Republic of Nigeria, in true practice, we are not the Federal Republic of Nigeria because there are no federating units. Therefore, I want to put on board that there must be federating units. Nigeria started from somewhere, and we must go into a little history of this country called Nigeria. A lot of things are wrong with Nigeria, and therefore we need to correct them. The Yoruba man says, if you do not wish to part from a community, therefore you must put measures in place to ensure that that community is made better. And that is why we Nigerians, this is the only country we can truly call our own. We must, as a people, continue to advocate for the betterment of Nigeria. And the most vital document which binds all law together is the Constitution of Federal Republic of Nigeria. This is why we'll continue to pray for the patriots. Do we actually have a constitution? It is a question. I want to put on ground and on record that the 1999 Constitution, which is now referred to 1999 Constitution of Federal Republic of Nigeria, did not emanate from the people. It was a document that was put in place by military order and handed over to this country as a constitution. It is not a people's constitution. And any constitution that did not emanate.
Welcome back to Local Journal. The 1999 constitution that is supposed to be a source of blessing upon Nigeria has turned out to be a curse upon it. Ladies and gentlemen, we know that so many have talked about this topic, but only a few have truly unpacked how this problem affects the country's unity and development. The major fulcrum of this discussion is the argument that there is no federative unity because the 1999 constitution makes some people lazy in their state. What does this mean? Simply put, the 1999 constitution centralizes too much power at the federative level, leaving states overly dependent on Abuja. Instead of encouraging states to develop their own resources, industries, and policy, the current structure creates a lazy approach to governance, where many states wait for monthly allocations rather than building real economic independence. Before we continue, let's kindly listen to a few clips on this and we'll be right back. But before this, if today is your first time to visit our channel, please kindly like, share, and subscribe to our channel.
From the people cannot be called a constitution. 1999 constitution, it is not a constitution from the people of Nigeria, and therefore it is not a people's constitution. It was a military dictatorship to the people of this country. On that ground, everything, so many things about the 1999 constitution must be amended. One, it states, we the people of Nigeria, that is false, a very big lie. We, the people of Nigeria, never met to draft and approve the 1999 Constitution. Therefore, what our forefathers negotiated for before the independence of this country is true federalism. Anything other than true federalism, therefore, does not represent Nigeria. Because those who fought for the independence of this country was made on the foundation of true federalism. Ability to control your resources and pay tax to the center. That is true federalism. Today, the federal government generates resources, generates money from our states, and give little to the states. You now have governors that are weak, that have been made lazy because of the 1999 Constitution. It must be amended. Every 4 weeks, governors and commissioner for finance move to Abuja. What do they go there to do? For VAT. That is a shame. A country is not run on that lane. Any country that is run on that lane like Nigeria cannot develop. What should happen is that all the states should look for resources within their state, generate their revenue, and pay tax to the center. When oil was discovered in Oloibiri, the Prime Minister Tafawa Balewa wrote a letter to the Premier of the Eastern Region, thanking him, congratulating him, because additional source of revenue is being found in that region. So, the military changed everything about Nigeria. After the 1966 coup, when Aguiyi Ironsi took over, he abrogated the federal structure. And that is the beginning of the problem of Nigeria. So that constitution that says we are Federal Republic of Nigeria, in true practice, we are not the Federal Republic of Nigeria because there are no federating units. Therefore, I want to put on board that there must be federating units. And that federating unit should not be the states, present states we have in Nigeria. Everywhere in this country is blessed. There's no part of Nigeria that is not blessed. In fact, South Africa is run on gold. It is gold extraction that controls South Africa economy. But today, the gold we have in Nigeria belongs to individual, belongs to family. However, your oil, your gas belongs to the entire Nigeria. The gold deposit we have in Zamfara.
Now, let's take a broader look at why Nigeria's constitution must be changed. First, the 1999 constitution was not created by we the people. It was handed over to us by the military without a true democratic process. That alone raises a serious question about its legitimacy. Secondly, it promotes a unitary system disguised as federalism. Ladies and gentlemen, from security to taxation to resource control, states have very limited power to make decisions that fit their local realities. This weakens innovation and accountability at the grassroots level. True federalism will empower states to take charge of their development, enforce local laws, and even manage security effectively. A new constitution, written through a transparent and inclusive process, could bring justice, equity, and real progress to all parts of Nigeria, not just a few.